Okay. Actually, let's start on our stomachs tonight. If that feels okay. You can start seated if you want, but if it feels good, start on your stomach and maybe create like a little rest of hands on top of each other. You can rest your cheek on your hands or maybe your forehead. This will help us come into diaphragmatic breathing. So notice your chest, your stomach, maybe even pressing against the floor on the in-breath. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Just dropping into our breath so we can drop into our practice. Letting the eyes softly close and remain closed without effort. Drop in, feeling your heart connecting to Mother Earth with each beat against the sternum. As you inhale, notice the lungs fill with air, massaging the heart, letting the breath go. And one more inhale. Exhale, letting go. And when you're ready, rolling over to your back. When you get to your back, you can either bring the feet mat distance apart and let the knees come together, or you can let the legs be long. We're going to come into our starfish. We're going to do it on our backs. So with your right hand crossing over the chest, so it kind of hangs over, the right arm kind of dangles over that shoulder. You can take the left hand and just place the left hand on the shoulder. So if you were looking from a bird's eye view, it would look like this. So we're going to do that on our backs. So that gravity is going to just pull that arm, that right arm down across the shoulder. We usually do this on our stomachs, but we're going to try it on our backs tonight. And see if that allows us to focus less on getting comfortable and to find the surrender as we sink into the ground. And then notice the back body on the earth. Maybe you notice it might feel good to put a bolster under the knees, which you can do. You can keep them long, or again, you can bring the feet wide and the knees just fall together. Perhaps bringing some awareness across that back, right scapula around the shoulder and across the arm. We have numerous meridians that run across the arms, into the hands, the heart, the lungs, the large intestine. And that large intestine is what goes around the shoulder blade, across the shoulder, to that index finger on the top of the hand. And that large intestine supports us in processing our experiences. So just rest in the process here. Letting the breath come and go without effort, without trying to change things. That heart meridian runs from the underarm on the bottom side, the palm side of the hand to the pinky finger, and that's the heart, which allows us to feel that joy and sometimes heartache. So perhaps that large intestine might help us process our joy, our heartache. Just letting ourselves rest in the process. Perhaps the eyes rest in the back of the head, the lips fall apart. The back of the heart beating into Mother Earth and connecting us to the earth. Noticing if you have the urge to breathe deeply or to perhaps breathe a little sharply or shallowly. And let that happen, and then come back to the natural breath, perhaps a more equal breath in and out. One more deep breath here. And then exhale to let the legs be long if they were bent or if they were on a bolster, and then bring that left arm off the right arm, bring the right arm maybe up to the sky, and then let the hands rest at the side, maybe palms to the sky. We'll find our rebound. Maybe this whole time you've already been covered with a blanket, but I highly recommend in these cooler months that blanket to support us. As yin is a cooling practice the way it is, in the fall and winter, that blanket can be so nice. So finding your rebound and resting in your rebound. On your next exhale, gently blink the eyes open. And now with a pillow or a block, we'll come into our supported bridge. So bend those knees, the feet come to the floor. If you have a pillow, you can fold it up and slide it underneath the sacrum. We've been doing this one a lot lately in this class, for whatever reason that is. So maybe folding that pillow, bringing it underneath the sacrum, just elevating those hips just a little bit. And then maybe bringing the arms up overhead. The feet can be on the floor, the knees to the sky, or maybe you let the legs go long. You could also do this with a block. If we let those arms go overhead, if that feels comfortable, then that's going to be supportive and accessing all those meridians in the arms and the fingertips again. That lung goes kind of from the chest around the shoulder. down to the thumb on the palm side of the arm and hand. Perhaps processing that large intestine, any grief in the lungs, any love, just letting go. And if it doesn't feel good to be in supported bridge, then just come onto the stomach and find Sphinx. Sometimes that's nicer. You can come into Sphinx with your elbows under the shoulders. We're going to be mostly on our back tonight, so perhaps each time you come into a shape, letting those eyes rest in the back of the head rest on the earth. And notice those connection points to Mother Earth, feeling ourselves rooting down deep inside the earth. Perhaps enjoying the process and enjoying the synchronicity of life. Just letting it flow. And I'll maybe do that just a little more. A couple more rounds of breath. And when you're ready, exhale to bring those feet to the ground. My hands can come to the side. Lift the hips up. Slide the block of the pillow out from underneath. If you're in Sphinx, lower down to your stomach. And come into your rebound either on your back or on your stomach. It might feel nice to hug the knees into the chest, or if you're on your stomach, to bring those feet parallel with the sky and let the feet fall to one side and the other. Letting that SI joint get some mobility and motion after this compression. Allowing the chi to flow in the body. Our subtle body aligning with our physical body in the most optimal way. On your next exhale, cross that left hand across the chest, roll onto your back. Onto your back if you're in your stomach. Left arm crosses the body, that left arm kind of hangs, and the right arm comes to that shoulder or maybe at middle arm area, and just let that hand rest on the arm. You're not pushing on the arm, just resting. The weight of your hand and your arm and gravity will just let that flow open. We'll rest in the process. Rest in the processing. Let the face relax and be soft. Relaxing the soles of the feet. Relaxing the tops of the thighs and stomach. Perhaps offering the mantra Om Shanti, blessing yourself with peace as we surrender. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Exhale to release that right hand off the left arm. Let the right hand come to the side. Let the left arm float across the sky and rest at the side. Palms to the sky. Fingers, thumbs, relax. As we rest in our rebound, let that chi tingle and flow, moving and healing. Let's exhale to bring our knees kind of towards the chest and then cross the right leg over the left. And then from there, kind of get that low back flat on the ground. And then we'll come into our twisted root. So that right leg is over the left. And now drop the knees over to the right side. So the leg, kind of the glob of leg, as I like to call it, comes over to the right. Maybe you bring a pillow underneath the knees. And then let that stretch along maybe the outer glute. Maybe you notice it in the spine or the side of the leg. Maybe surrender into the relaxing properties of a twist. That outer left hip, that gallbladder meridian runs along there. Supports us in making decisions. The stomach meridian across the top of the leg, the knees, giving us nourishment from those experiences. So our large intestine was helping us process. We'll bring in the stomach to help us nourish out of the process. Maybe those arms come above the head. You can hold your hands, the palms and the palms above the head. Just rest. Relaxing the face and the lips. Sometimes the space that we create in Yin Yoga allows emotions to surface, so just let them be here. Maybe we laugh out loud or we cry. Maybe we sigh. Or even a blubber cry. Those are really good to let go. Let yourself be in the space. Let's exhale to bring those knees back to the middle. Maybe that left foot comes to the ground. Let's uncross the legs. Maybe hug the knees into the chest for a breath or two. Or a side shake to shake. And then release the legs long and let's find our rebound. As we said last week, sometimes we get Brussels sprouts and then the cookies taste so much better. So let this rebound really be a treat. Just soak up the rebound. And we'll exhale to bring those knees back to the sky, cross the left leg over the right. And then drop the leg glob over to the left. You can bring a pillow underneath the knees if that would be supportive. And again, maybe you notice more the flexion of the spine. Maybe you notice an outer hip. Maybe you notice somewhere completely different. Let it be its own experience. Any variation with the arms, maybe you gently massage the face. And then rest your hands at your side. Maybe you bring the arms overhead. Maybe send yourself some love. Be thinking of a time in your life where things were challenging or difficult and you felt discomfort. Just look yourself in the eyes at that point in time. Just tell yourself that it's going to be okay. Our urinary bladder meridian that goes across the back along either side of the spine. That's the little sentinels for the kidneys. Those kidneys are what are asking that question, am I okay, am I okay? So as we flex the spine, just let those little sentinels of the urinary bladder meridian just assure those kidneys, you're okay, you're okay. Just tell yourself that you're okay. You're okay. Let's exhale to gently rock back onto that right foot. The knees coming to the middle, uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest. And pause right here for just a breath. Now our last shape before our final long rebound, our Shavasana. I'm going to give a couple options. So we'll gently roll up to a seated position. And speaking of that urinary bladder meridian that runs along either side of the spine, bring your feet together and you can come into a butterfly. Maybe bring the feet far from the body and let that back around. You might notice the back opening. You come into your caterpillar, or one that I think you might really like is coming into Malasana, our yogic squat, letting the hips bring the bottom of that spine down and then around the back and the head, bringing that upper spine down. That might feel really sweet for you tonight. So if that feels good, find that. But also come into Uttanasana, which is our forward fold. Just try to lengthen that spine after a twist. And take refuge in yourself. Even find a wide-legged child's pose. Lengthening that spine. We let out a deep breath. Thank your body for all it's done for you. Every single day. And whenever you're ready, it can be before me, after me, you can come onto your back for Shavasana. Let your legs be long and your back be straight and heavy on the ground. Give the body some rest. letting yourself go into this space, relaxing into whatever you need. Relaxing the tops of the shoulders, the backs of the ears, the earlobes. Relax the shoulder blades, the pinky side of the hand, the index finger side of the hand. Relax your palms, your arms, the legs, the toes, the soles of the feet. Allow yourself to release. You can let go of any false beliefs, false narratives, beliefs or narratives that you've outgrown. Any energy that you can let go of. Just imagine that your mat graciously and eagerly receives what you don't need to give it back to the earth to be recycled for someone who can use those beliefs or those lessons, those narratives, that energy. Let it go into the earth, into your mat. The urinary bladder is saying, you're okay, you're okay. You can step forward and move forward. Visualize yourself maybe lifting off of your mat, floating up high above your mat. Just shedding off anything that you no longer need for this journey that's ahead. Visualize yourself filling with exactly what you need. Feel yourself being empowered with thoughts that propel you forward. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Now as those past beliefs, narratives, energies float off into the earth, you slowly settle back down into your mat, onto your mat, into the space. You can rest. Feel yourself being clothed with what you need. Every cell radiating with this new belief system, this new energy. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I invite you to rest in this space as long as you need, as long as you're able. Just to be here now.